Money Green.
Shayz on the mic.
And we are
Lyrics and
lies.
lyrics and
Lies. You got your mask, Shayz?
All the time, money.
You got your gloves, Shayz?
All the time, money.
Oh my goodness. Lyrics and lies, what's up? I'm Money Green with Shayz on the mic. And all this COVID, coronavirus, 18, 19, 20 stuff is getting on my damn nerves. What's up, Shayz?
I know, right? There's so many different names for it, ain't it? COVID-19, coronavirus, Rona.
You make you paranoid. You don't want to leave the house. You don't want to breathe the air. You don't want to touch things in public. And they don't have the answers that we need. So no one can definitively tell us what to do and what not to do. So what's going on with you?
Money Green, I'm going to tell you right now. The mask, I don't like the mask. I know we have to wear them, but I can't stand it because it makes me feel restricted. I don't even know if people are wearing them. When I see them outside running and stuff, I don't even see them even wearing that running out there and outside. Oh, you got your mask on. I like it. Where'd you get your mask from?
I never wore this one yet. This is my first time even trying it on. But this is my Star Wars mask. May the force be with you. And I believe it has a filter that slides in. Slide filters.
So you can reuse it?
Yeah,
so you can reuse it?
Right, you slide filters all the way through. So yeah, it goes all the way through. So it's
and people are making masks like crazy.
That's what that is. So I haven't worn that. I've been wearing a regular one, and I haven't gone out a lot. I think I've probably been out on average once a week, but sometimes it's been 2 weeks since I even stepped out the house. But 1 week I ended up going out twice. So I'm making little quick runs. I know I went to the grocery store twice. I bought so much daggone food. Luckily, I have 2 refrigerators. So I stocked one up and then stocked up the good one, the regular one, and just played it by ear.
Well, I'm doing the same thing you're doing. I'm going out every 2 weeks on a Friday. I'm going to Walmart because I notice I'm getting more for my money. You know I don't go to Walmart. I'm going to the Walmart in Laurel.
You go to Walmart?
I drive to the Walmart in Laurel because I noticed that I get better deals at Walmart than I do at Shoppers and Giant.
So you going to Walmart to get some of that Joe Exotic meat?
No, I didn't get any Joe Exotic meat.
You got that expired meat?
You know Shayz don't play that.
Yeah. Best.
Shayz don't play.
Best.
But I know that I'm getting better bargains at Walmart for my money than I would at the stores by my house.
Okay.
So I noticed the difference in the price, and I've been getting a lot of stocking up too. For 2 weeks we've been stocking up, and I do one run on Friday. Everywhere I need to go, I do it on that Friday. Once in a while I go out a second time to the CVS, down the street from my house. But for the most part, because I don't like putting on that mask, the gloves, having sanitizer, all that stuff is too much you got to do to get ready to go outside.
Yeah, it's a lot. I was against it at first, and I was like, that's stupid stuff. I ain't doing all that. But then when people that I know end up contracting it, and a couple of them passed away, I said, where my gloves at? And where that mask? I said, I'm wearing these religiously. Because, I actually know a couple of people from my old neighborhood that passed away.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
A couple of matriarchs. Women that influenced my life growing up. Yeah, they passed away. And I know a couple of people that have it. And some Facebook friends. I know some of them that have it also. And
two of my aunts had it. They recovered. They're home.
That's great.
They were older.
So they went to the hospital and stayed?
They went to the hospital and stayed.
You gotta try not to get paranoid or too paranoid, but I don't know if there's a such thing, because it's better to be safe than to be sorry. So you take all the necessary precautions. Well, at least I do. And I see some people going out and they don't wear masks or anything. And I don't think gloves are mandatory, but masks are definitely mandatory. And I think glasses or goggles, they say wear goggles to be 100% safe, because your eyes have those ducts in it to your sinuses, and they're moist, so you can catch it through your eyes. That's what doctors say. You don't hear the news saying that.
No, you don't hear the news saying that.
Yeah, so
but I wear glasses anyway, so.
Yeah, and I've been wearing sunglasses, so something will have to come in and then go down or come through the sides. But I'm thinking things will, for the most part, come forward. So yeah, I've been wearing them sunglasses.
Yeah, so I make sure I take the precaution. Now, all the time I don't wear gloves, but I do keep hand sanitizer in the car. But when I went to the store this past time, I did have my gloves on. The only thing I don't like about the gloves is after you take them off, when you had them on for a period of time, all the oils and stuff that's on your hands when you take the gloves off.
Oh, you got lubricated gloves.
Mm-hmm.
You got the ones with the little oil in it.
No, I don't know if they have oil in it or the oil is from my hands.
Okay.
Because after you wear them for because we be at the store for at least a good time, because it hasn't been as crowded because we try to go early. But if you keep the gloves on for a certain amount of time, maybe an hour,
and you start sweating too.
Yeah, so all that is in the gloves when you take them out.
Right, because your pores can't breathe with all that plastic.
Yeah, so that's what happens. So we make sure we have our masks on when we go out here. I still, there's a lot of unanswered questions about this coronavirus. I especially want to know, once you get the coronavirus and it clears up, can you get the coronavirus again?
Yeah, you can.
System,
you can.
So your immune system is not built up or has not been immune to that coronavirus.
No, I believe it's just like a cold. You can catch a cold again, because there have been people documented as catching it over and over again. One person caught it like 3 times already.
What?
Yeah. So, and everybody's body is different and immune system is different. So,
and that's why it's going to take them a while to figure out what to do because of that.
Well, I noticed many things still aren't opening, so I'm not as trusting. The government, it still hasn't opened. Many, town halls, many governors and everything, they haven't been open and doing their hearings and having their meetings. So if they're still closed, and Congress and all of them, then there's something to this.
Right. Well, technically the government is open. It's just that we all are teleworking.
Right. That's what I'm saying. So when there's nothing to fear, then they would open all that stuff up.
Yeah, they're slowly trying to open up restaurants. I'm not sure if people are going to ever be 100% going back to a restaurant and sitting down.
They will.
But the thing about it, you got to wear your mask and eat.
No, they're talking about putting up partitions.
Oh, okay. Now that's a different thing.
So it's like you have what do you call those things? When you have, you go into an office and you have people. Cubicles. They're talking about having those with the plexiglass. Oh, okay. And that's real complicated.
Well, and then too, it's going to take up some room.
I don't think
depends on the space you got already.
Right, because plexiglass is pretty thin. It's just going to be in the way. It's not going to take. I don't think it's going to take up much room, because it's going to be a little 2 inches here and 2 inches there, or 1 or 2 inches. It's just going to be an inconvenience. You know what I'm saying? Because you got to be the right size. Your arms probably can't stretch out. You can't see the ambiance, or I don't know. They say things are going to be different. They say it may last through next year.
Yeah, because too, they still got to figure out a lot of stuff, just like the metro. I mean, really, how can you do the metro? without, you know how people are when you get on the metro before this pandemic happened, and how people be pressed to squeeze in there because they want to be on time.
Yep.
So that's going to be a problem. Right now, most of the stations are closed. 19 stations are closed. So that's going to be a problem unless the government is going to pay for people to park downtown.
But the subways are still open?
Some stations are open.
So that means the train's still running. I didn't know that.
The trains is not running at full capacity. I think it's every 30 minutes.
And you still got the airports open.
Right, and they claim that they're not filling the airplanes at capacity. They're supposed to be every second seat.
Yeah, that's weird.
So,
when I went to Atlanta,
and they said they have recycled air, so it's recycled air coming in there, so that's supposed to stop you from, airborne germs or whatever. I don't know how.
What, they gonna filter it? Works. They must gonna filter it or something. But when I went to Atlanta in February, I went there the 19th, somewhere around there, and that's when everything just started kicking off, and you had a couple of people wearing masks. And I remember coming back on the flight, probably around the 23rd or 24th. It's a black woman sitting in front of me, and before she sat down, she wiped down everything. She had her wipes in a Ziploc, and she just started wiping down her seats and everything. I was like, she's taking this a little too far, but hey, I ain't mad at her. But it turns out she was doing the right thing. She had the mask and she wiped everything down. I ain't have nothing.
I know at first when I was going to work, I seen a couple of people with masks on, and then I thought to myself, dang, maybe I should be wearing, a mask. But then once it really hit us, and it really hit like March, and they told us to take our computers home every day just in case we won't be back in the office.
Right.
They said, they was like, please, take your computers home every day. And then I noticed even now, stores are just making it mandatory to wear your mask. Because I was at CVS last week, and these three youngins ain't have a mask on, and I was looking at the store people like, why are y'all not enforcing masks?
They had security there?
I think the security is in there.
No, because they normally would. Because every store I've been in, from 7-Eleven to Food Line, it was mandatory to wear the mask. They had the big sign on the door.
But the CVS wasn't mandatory, and that was like 2 weeks ago when I went into the CVS to just go grab something, and I saw 3 teenagers coming in. Only one of them, it was four of them, and only one had a mask on. Everybody else in the CVS had a mask on, even the cashiers, everybody, except them 3.
When I first stepped out, it was April the 6th, and they had big signs on the door saying, "Do not enter without a mask. If you don't, and you will be denied service if you don't have a mask," and all that kind of stuff. So that was April 6th. So that store was way behind that you're talking about.
Yeah. So I'm surprised they did not say anything to those young people about not having a mask, because it's not just about you, it's about everybody else, because you don't know how everybody's immune system is, and you need to be wearing that mask. So I make sure my mom has on her mask and stuff, because she has a compromising situation. She has diabetes, so she needs to make sure that she wears her mask and not be around so many people.
Right.
And people, I still think people are not taking it as serious as they should be, because the head of the country is not taking it serious.
Right.
So if our leader is not taking it seriously, other people won't. And that's all I'm going to say about that.
Right. But there's been a lot of adjustments made, in addition to the gloves and being quarantined, not going out as much, wearing masks and all this kind of good stuff. A lot of the shows, radio shows, TV shows, they've been going to online platforms. So go ahead and break that down. Yeah, break that down.
Well, Channel 9, my girl Gail, Good Morning America, all of them have been doing the platform from their houses.
Oh yeah.
Yep. Channel 9 is another one. I think it's called Good Morning America. Good Morning something. Where they alternating. One person will be in the studio and one person will be working from home. So they alternate them in the studio and being at home.
Gotcha.
So I don't know if everybody looks at All Rise. It's a new series.
That's my girl. I got a thing for her.
So they did a whole show with everybody from home doing their show like everybody's working from home. So that was pretty good. So they're really doing everything virtually. I mean, they're doing virtual. DJs are doing virtual music. We got performances. People are performing. I just saw Raheem Devon just do a concert virtually on YouTube and on Facebook. So a lot of celebrities are doing stuff virtually now. They're doing either using Instagram, they're using Facebook or YouTube. Even the churches are now doing their sermons through YouTube.
Right. So have you been keeping up with the verzuz on IG?
Yeah, I really like Jill and Erica. I thought that was really good.
All right.
I like the way that they paid homage to each other.
Right.
I thought that was good. You know, I like that they both played that song by the Roots in their version of it. I thought that was good. Teddy Riley and Babyface wasn't bad.
You watched the whole thing and you said it wasn't bad?
It wasn't bad at all. It wasn't bad.
I like that one. I like that one. I'm gonna tell you why I like that one the most. Because anybody can play music, but Babyface added those stories to it. And
he did.
And Teddy Riley didn't quite get that part. And the same with Erica and Jill. They paid a lot of homage to each other, but they didn't tell a whole bunch of stories.
Well, they told some, but I think they didn't want to tell too many because they didn't want to prolong it too long. They had mentioned that, you know, they wasn't going to do a story for each song that they played.
Yeah, they had to do one for each one, but they could have dropped some little nuggets here and there because we didn't hear much. All we heard was Jill wrote Erykah Badu's lines for the Roots song, but there wasn't a lot that we heard from them story-wise or information-wise because you don't have to tell a long story, but you can get some information. But it was good. It was good. I actually missed maybe the first 20 minutes of it.
Well, Erica did talk about when she did her On and On. She did talk about how that's not the way the song was going to go at first.
Oh yeah.
They made it nicer, it more, I guess, friendlier than how she was originally going to do it. So she did mention that at the beginning. So, but then they said they didn't want to do stories on each one. You know, they wanted to get right to the music. And I guess you make a point too. Maybe you're right. They should have said something about some of the songs, especially ones that were probably close to their heart.
That's what I mean. That's because you had to do every one, but you can say this one right here. I was such and such, and I was driving, and the thought popped in my head. You said, you know what? Let me pull over. And I pulled over, and I wrote down them lyrics real fast. And by the time I got to the studio, I had the whole song, and I was ready. Little things like that.
Yeah.
So,
but you know, with Babyface and all of them doing, it's something that me and my son already do. We do that in the house anyway.
Y'all battle each other?
Yeah, we've been doing that. We've been battling before the celebrities start doing it. Because I'll tell him about an old song that had a story to it from my perspective from when it came out.
Right.
And the reason why I like this song is because of A, B, and C. And then he would play his and we would go back and forth. But we've done this among friends, music battle, especially like with ballads.
Okay.
You know, so.
It's a good idea. So that's one positive thing that came out of this pandemic. So now they're talking about Snoop either going against Busta Rhymes or DMX. Then DMX said he wants to go against Jay-Z. Then you have Usher and Chris Brown. They may go at it soon. So I believe
that might be good.
Yeah, it will be real good. And I think Swiss
Yeah, because then they too can play their collaboration song too.
Right. And I think Swiss Beats say they have 11 lined up. So that'll be tight if they got 11. Because we have no idea who these people are going to be until he announces it.
Yeah. So they just doing stuff that we already be doing in the house.
Oh, and Ashanti versus Keisha Cole. So we'll see. And they said that the Erykah Badu, Jill Scott versus shouldn't have been versus. They should have had one called Vibes. Because it was so chill.
It was chill.
And it was a vibe. It's really not a versus, you know. But it's good. I enjoyed the one this weekend.
Well, I guess it's versus because they're doing their song versus this.
No, you know, originally it was DJs battling. So that's where the versus comes from. DJs and producers battling. And
the versus. I get that.
Yeah, they kept that name, but it doesn't really apply to people like Eric and Jill. And I know people were saying that they had beef and they could send some shade. I'm like, y'all reading into stuff too much because they have friends.
I ain't see no shade at all.
That's what I'm saying.
I saw that they both respected each other's gifts and art.
Yeah,
that's what I saw.
They're friends. They tour together. They perform together. They've been on stage. You can look on Dave Chappelle's Block Party DVD. They perform together.
Yeah, they was on there. Yeah, and they did the Roots song. On
YouTube, you look on there. They perform together. I don't see what people are talking about.
Yeah, I don't know. I think they just want to start something.
Right. So, any other positives that came out of this that you can think of?
I think some positives. I think that this pandemic brought people closer and made you realize that it's time to sometimes slow down and take time out and see what's around you. I think this was a good time for seclusion. You might have spent some more time with your kids or your significant other a little bit more than you wanted to, but you might got reacquainted and some connections. Things that you didn't get a chance to do because we always running and moving so fast. This gave us the time to slow down and sit down.
Well, since you bring that up, they did say domestic violence has increased.
Oh yeah, but I was trying to be positive.
And that's real bad. And they also said that something
divorce.
else. Yeah, divorce
went up.
Yeah, people getting mad. People like, we gotta get the hell out of this relationship.
Well, then this made sure this was a test of your relationship then.
Yeah, for many people, you're right.
Yeah, it's a test of your relationship. And for the single people, it just made you be single longer.
And make people use up them batteries. A lot of women, man.
Sometimes you want human connection.
Hold on, you hear? Go to bed.
But I see people who are out here doing virtual dinners, like they're dating, but they're doing it virtually, having dinner virtually. I guess that works. I don't know about that yet.
It must work because you talked about the happy hours.
Well, yeah, virtual happy hours. I've been doing that. I've done probably about 6 virtual happy hours. So that means I have to keep liquor in the house or wine.
Yeah,
in the house.
I got plenty of
that. And those have been fun because you be home and you don't get to interact with anybody. This is the time to check on people, see how they doing, have some fun and laughs. And look, you're doing it responsibly at your house.
Yeah, you don't have to drive anywhere.
You don't have to drive, and gas prices went down. And even though we're not driving,
right?
Your insurance should have went down now because we're not driving a lot.
Yeah, give you a little kickback,
on your car insurance.
Right.
So I think this pandemic had highs and lows. I got to tap in on some gifts that I hadn't got a chance to do because of work. So that was good. I got a chance to sit down and do some reading, some thinking, some relaxing, some retrospectively thinking about some things that I need to be doing. Or, I mean, we don't know when we'll be able to do anything yet. But I think this gave everybody a chance to slow down for a minute and just sit back and relax.
Yeah, and some people haven't been able to because they haven't had any money because they haven't had jobs that they can work at home. So they've been
yeah, there are people who are out of work, which I'm so sorry to hear because of this. That's not a good thing.
Yeah, they're talking about these evictions. They talking about evictions in Virginia are going to proceed starting in the next 30 days or something. I'm like, dang. So,
but I heard that a new law or a new something was going to go on with rental property, that they couldn't put people out for 12 months. That the eviction would pick back up after 12 months. I didn't know that. How you gonna put somebody out when they ain't got no job?
that's a state by state law because in New York, I read that was taking place in New York, that they were working on doing a 12-month thing, but I haven't heard any other states doing that. So,
well, I thought they was putting freezes on of putting people out right now because of the pandemic. First of all, you're gonna put people out of their houses, and they could catch the coronavirus. Anything can happen. And these people don't have a job. Where they gonna go? Because right now they're trying to figure out about the homeless people who are out here who don't have any homes, who can get the coronavirus.
You're right.
So now you're making a population increase with the homeless people, and then you're going to increase the coronavirus even more if you do that. That doesn't even make sense.
Going to increase crime.
Well, crime has went down because I ain't hear nobody get shot or nothing since this coronavirus.
I have, but you can have people getting robbed if they getting evicted and all this kind of stuff. You get frustrated that the world isn't fair, and you're gonna want to get something from the haves.
Yeah, that's true.
Especially you get evicted.
That's why I ain't going out that much and staying myself in the house.
If you get evicted and you know where your landlord lives or where they gonna pop up, yeah, you're gonna pay them a visit.
Yeah, you got a point. Well, I guess we have went over the highs and lows, the ups and downs of this coronavirus, this pandemic. You have any last words that you want to say on that, Money Green?
That's it. I'm just ain't taking my ass outside.
Well, on that note, Lyrics and Lies is going to leave y'all.
Yeah, y'all stay pandemic free. Trying to catch anything. Try to work out and don't put on any extra poundage like Money Green did. And try to stay out that kitchen and burn some calories or something just to keep your metabolism up. But that's it for us.
Right.
That's it
for us. I have been cooking more though too, so you right about it.
Mm-hmm.
But on that note, we're gonna get out of here.
All right. Talk to y'all later.